Muletrain!
And it is time now for the Muletrain News Program on this Friday, August the 21st, 2015. Brought to you today by the First Bank, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
It's been a cool up and down week and a hot week this week before school starts here in Muleshoe. On Tuesday, the official high was 96, and on Wednesday, it dropped down to a cool 70 degrees. In fact, when I reported it to the National Weather Bureau on the internet, well, it actually said, "Are you sure that this is the low?" And it was 70 degrees. That day on Wednesday, it was a low of 53. And on Thursday, the official high in Muleshoe was 84 degrees, and the low was 55. Friday morning at 7 o'clock, it was a pleasant 60 degrees. And it is time for back to school. On Monday morning, the Muleshoe schools will open full force, and so be sure that you stop, look, and listen. There will be so many little children out in force, and they have been taught, we hope, to stop, look, and listen too. But you need to look for them. Do not ever text in a school zone. Do not ever use your cell phone in a school zone or even anywhere that you are driving. Remember, this is most important. When a school bus is stopped, do not ever pass a school bus that is taking on or letting off students. This is most important. And also remember that you should always drive defensively and look out for the other fellow. Teach your children to walk on sidewalks. When there are no sidewalks available, teach your children to walk facing the traffic, and for them to stop, look, and listen, and don't ever dart out between a parked car or a school bus ever, ever, ever. And we all will stay safe, not only on the first day of school, but every day. Allsup's has started construction on their new location at 12th and U.S. Highway 84 here in Muleshoe. That is where Muleshoe Motor Company was located for years, and it is immediately west of McDonald's. Welcome to the construction going on right here in the Mule Memorial City, a town on the go and on the grow at the new Allsup's location here on West American Boulevard. Did you notice that Lincoln Riley of Muleshoe fame is pictured this week in USA Today? We would like to interview on the first day of school children who are going to school for the very first time next week in their little lives. So if you have a child, a grandchild, a great-grandchild, a neighbor's child, or a friend's child who is going back to school or going to school for the very first time in their lives, let us know the name of the parents' telephone number, and also the child's name. call us here at Channel 6, 806-272-3990, because it is back to school time. And we will be interviewing the new Director of Operations and Curriculum, Dana Heathington, for the Muleshoe ISD here on Channel 6 on the air and online. Watch for that to be posted during this weekend. She will be telling us about the Muleshoe schools, accountability ratings, and also her new position, and about the new administrators of the Muleshoe ISD. Also, on the front page of our website, muleshoetv.com, and here rotating on Channel 6, I hope that you are enjoying Meet the Mules. And that is something that always means back to school time. You were introduced to the new coaches, the old coaches returning, and this is 20th year for Coach David Wood to coach the Muleshoe Mules football team as the athletic director of Muleshoe High School. And also the band. Didn't the Mighty M marching band sound absolutely tremendous? And the flag corps, and also you were introduced to all of the cheerleaders for Muleshoe High School, and this was a big event for also the cross-country boys and girls of the Mules and Lady Mules. And those are the fall athletes of Muleshoe High School, plus all of the MHS football players introduce themselves. Now, back to school time means that we need to get ready with a lot of expenses. And so many of us are not able to provide everything that a child needs to go back to school. So the members of the Calvary Baptist Church are helping with a shoe drive going on right now through September the 9th. You can leave good used shoes or brand new shoes at the Calvary Baptist Church, 18th and Avenue C, Williams General Store, Evolve, 16th and Avenue D, Church of Christ, First Baptist Church, First United Methodist Church, and the Cowboy Fellowship. Or if you don't have shoes to donate, you can also send a monetary contribution to Calvary Baptist Church, Post Office Box 378, Muleshoe, Texas 79347. Then on the morning of September the 12th from 9 to 11 at the Calvary Baptist Church Fellowship Hall, they will be dividing up these shoes for children here in Muleshoe. Adults and children's shoes can be left now at these many donation drop-off places here in Muleshoe, and this will help so very, very much. We'll be back with more Muletrain news and announcements, and we'll tell you about the weather and what it's going to do here in the Muleshoe community.
Show your school spirit with the First Bank MasterCard School Spirit debit cards available now for the Muleshoe Mules, Dimmitt Bobcats, and Bovina Mustangs. Stop by today. First Bank in Muleshoe, 202 South 1st Street, 806-272-4515. Show your team spirit and earn cash for your school every time you swap your card. Call today for more information about the First Bank School Spirit MasterCard debit cards, 806-272-4515, or go by 202 South 1st Street. The First Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender. And this edition of the Muletrain News is brought to you today by the First Bank along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
Do you have family in town? Well, if you do, come to Leal's, where families come together. Leal's is a family business that started in Muleshoe. They are located at 1010 West American Boulevard and serve the best of Mexican food and other treats. See you at Leal's. That's where my family goes when we are in town.
Fry and Cox here in Muleshoe, 401 South 1st Street, where they have all your school supplies available now at Fry and Cox, and lots of office supplies as well. Don't forget canning supplies as well, with food strainers, sauce makers, dehydrator, jerky maker, ball pint jars, quart jars, pint and half jars, and jelly jars. All canning supplies along with school supplies available now at Fry and Cox, 401 South 1st Street, right here in Muleshoe.
Joyce Bennett, 57, of Amarillo, the mother of Mrs. Dana Wagner of Muleshoe, died Tuesday in Amarillo. Funeral services were held Friday morning at the Boxwell Brothers Ivy Chapel in Amarillo, with the pastor of the New Beginnings Baptist Church, Curtis Johnson, officiating. Burial was in the Llano Cemetery in Amarillo. Joyce Bennett was born December the 18th, 1957 in Wichita, Kansas, to Thane and Norma Collins. She married Brent Bennett on October 2nd, 1976 in Sun City, Kansas. Joyce was a member of the New Beginnings Baptist Church in Amarillo. She was preceded in death by her brother David Collins. Survivors are her husband of 38 years, Brent, of the home in Amarillo, two daughters, Dana Wagner and her husband Boone of Muleshoe, and Shayna Powers and her husband Jason of Amarillo. There are also four sisters: Carol Kramer and her husband Rick of Sun City, and Mary Lee Miller and her husband Brian, and Anita Kimball, all of Medicine Lodge, Kansas, and Susan Klumsman and her husband Ivan of Ford, Kansas. 5 grandchildren: Tyler, Maggie, Emma Bennett, and Brinkley, survive. Mrs. Joyce Bennett, 57, of Amarillo, the mother of Dana Wagner of Muleshoe. The family suggests memorials be sent to the Samaritan Purse in care of the New Beginnings Baptist Church, 628 North Bivens Street in Amarillo, 79107. And please remember in your prayers all of the Bennett family, especially here in Muleshoe, Dana and Boone Wagner. Ricardo Torres Chavez, 90, of Muleshoe, died Thursday here in Muleshoe. The funeral mass was celebrated Friday morning at the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church of Muleshoe, with Father Leo and Father Sergio Leal as the officiants, and burial was in the Muleshoe Memorial Park under the direction of Ellie's Funeral Home of Muleshoe. Ricardo was born May the 25th, 1925, in Mercedes to Senor and Senora Sylvester Torres. He was preceded in death by 2 sons, Lalo and Romero Torres, his parents, and a brother, Pablo. Survivors include 2 sons, Ricardo and Sylvester Torres, both of Muleshoe, and 5 daughters: Ignacia Sierra of Muleshoe, Julia Pruitt of Waco, Maria Kalina of Muskogee, Oklahoma, Irene Ibarra of Farr, and Cecilia Reyna of Amarillo. 2 sisters, Christina of California and Lupe of Brownsville, and a brother, Santo Torres of Michigan. 26 grandchildren, 66 great-grandchildren, and 7 great-great-grandchildren survive Senor Ricardo Torres Chavez, 90, of Muleshoe. Please remember this family in your prayers also. Jerry Haley, 71, of Muleshoe, died on Thursday, August the 13th, last week here in Muleshoe. He was born May the 16th, 1944, in Amherst to Tommy and Annalita Young Haley. He had lived here in Muleshoe all of his life and was a farmer. Jerry Haley married Barbara Ann Surratt in Muleshoe on November the 30th, 1963. He was a farmer and was preceded in death by his father, Tommy, and his son, Sean, and his sister, Linda. Survivors include his wife of the home here, Barbara, and his daughter Stacy Beasley and her husband Alan, his mother Annalita Haley, all of Muleshoe, his sister Karen and her husband Dennis of Amarillo, 2 grandchildren, Tanner and Haley Beasley, his sister-in-law and brother-in-law, Mary Hicks and her husband Jerry, and nieces and nephews. Please remember Barbara and all of the family of Jerry Don Haley, 71 of Muleshoe, in your prayers. They suggest that memorials be sent to the Bailey County MHMR, Central Plains Center, 2700 Yonkers in Plainview, 79072, or to the American Lung Association, 55 West Wacker Drive, Suite 1150 in Chicago, Illinois, 60601. Online condolences for the Jerry Haley family can be sent to www.ellisfuneralhomes.com. Thurman Lewis, 85 of Earth, a lifelong resident of that community, died Sunday. He was a farmer and rancher, a graduate of Spring Lake Earth High School, and a Lamb County Commissioner of 38 years. The funeral services were held in the Earth Church of Christ on Thursday morning, where he was a member, with Terry Wilson and Charlie Johnson officiating. Burial was in the Earth Memorial Cemetery under the direction of Parson Ellis Funeral Home of Earth. Please remember all of the family of Thurman Lewis of Earth in your prayers. His wife Pat, his son Kent, and his wife Connie of Earth, his daughters Sheila Johnson and her husband Fred of Littlefield, Petra Waldrop and her husband Randy of Dalhart, his 7 grandchildren and 11 great-grandchildren. And now it is time for 5 Area Telephone West Plains Telecommunications to bring you the weather forecast for Muleshoe, Sudan, Earth, Amherst, and our entire area.
5 Area Telephone West Plains Telecommunications right here in Muleshoe, 302 Uvalde Street, 806-272-5533, where they offer phone and internet service. More services coming in the very near future to 5 Area Telephone. Check them out online on their website, www.5area.com. Looking at our weather forecast for today, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, mainly after 1 p.m. Some storms could be severe for the Muleshoe area, partly sunny with a high near 92 degrees, so warming up today on Friday. South-southeast winds 5 to 15 miles per hour, 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms before 1 a.m. tonight, Friday evening. Some storms could be severe, mostly cloudy with a low around 66. A 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms on Saturday afternoon, mostly sunny, high near 95 degrees. Saturday night, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy with a low around 65. Sunday, a 40% chance of rain, partly sunny, high near 81 degrees, so cooler on Sunday with a 40% chance of rain as a small cold front moves through the area again. A 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms Sunday evening, mostly cloudy, low around 61. Monday, a 20% chance of rain, partly sunny, high near 87 degrees, partly cloudy Monday evening, low around 64. Tuesday, mostly sunny, high near 89 degrees. Partly cloudy Tuesday evening, low around 63. Again, rain chances all weekend with a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms for the Muleshoe area this Friday afternoon. High around 92, low tonight around 66 with a 20% chance of rain tonight. 20% chance of rain all day Saturday and Saturday evening. High around 95, low around 65. Then Sunday, a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, high near 81. Low Sunday evening around 61. 5-area telephone, West Plains Telecommunications has presented to you this edition of the weather forecast.
Happy retirement to Janice Bradshaw, who retired after 15 years at the Muleshoe State Bank. A luncheon in Janice Bradshaw's honor was held Thursday in the community room of the bank. The Muleshoe City Council will meet in special session Monday at 6:30 in the council chambers at City Hall, and they will discuss and consider proposal from Strategic Governmental Resources, discuss and consider filling the position of City Councilman for District 2, Matt Davis, who has moved out of the city limits of Muleshoe. Also, there will be a closed session, and it will be on personnel managers, and that will be in regards to the city manager's evaluation. This is Monday, and it is a special session at 6:30 in the evening of the Muleshoe City Council. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just one moment.
Williams General Store, 1405 West American Boulevard, right here in Muleshoe, where they've recently returned from market. Lots of new items are in the store and more on the way at Williams. And don't forget, they still have their great shoe sale going on with their shoe selection marked way down, and they are a collection site for the Calvary Shoe Drive. They have lots of shoes set back especially for the shoe drive and marked down, perfect for getting the kids that are in need of new shoes for this back to school time of the year in at Williams General Store, 1405 West American Boulevard, Williams General Store. The 76th annual membership meeting of the Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association will be held at the Bailey County Coliseum here in Muleshoe on Tuesday, August the 25th. Registration will begin at 5:30 with a free barbecue, chicken, and fish meal. Special entertainment at 6, then a short business meeting and door prizes at 6:30. They'll have free blood pressure screening. Also, bring your registration card that you can find at the bottom of the Texas Co-op Power magazine for some more great prizes. That's the 76th annual membership meeting of the Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association will be held at the Bailey County Coliseum next week on Tuesday, August the 25th, with registration beginning at 5:30 p.m. The swing bed program is now available at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center for the patient who is no longer in need of acute medical care but is not yet comfortable functioning independently at home. Call today for more information about the swing bed program, 806-272-4524. The Muleshoe Area Medical Center right here, 708 South 1st Street.
Please remember these firemen's families in your prayers. Tom Puskeski, he was 20 years of age. Andrew Zajac, 26, and Richard Wheeler, 31. They were all killed in a fire near Twip, Washington this week. Also in critical condition as a result of that same accident and fire, Daniel Line, 25 years of age. Line is a reserve officer with the Milton, Washington Police, and he wants to be a career fireman. And he was in his first season as a fireman, and he is from Washington State. Also, Tom Pulaski is a junior at Whitmore College in Walla Walla, Washington. His father was a fireman for years, and his mother also works for the fire service. He was returning to Whitmore College next week as a junior physics and Chinese major there. He was making money to return, and he was on his second season on a fire engine crew. All of these men were on a fire engine crew. Andrew Zajac was actually from the little community of Winthrop, Washington, one of the two communities along with Whips, Washington, that was engulfed in this flame. He had a master's degree from the University of South Dakota, and he leaves a wife. Also, Richard Wheeler leaves his wife to mourn his death. He was from South Haven, Michigan, and a fourth-generation firefighter. Please remember all of the men and women who are fighting the fires, especially around the West Coast and in the western part of the United States. One of them we know personally, and she is Mar Santos with the Hotshot crew out of Carson National Forest in Taos, and she's the girlfriend of Grayson Reynolds of Muleshoe. And Grayson also is fighting the fires in, we assume, California, but we're not for sure what state he is in right now. Please remember Reed Markle, the youngest son of Ryan and Morgan Markle, who had major surgery to remove a brain tumor in Lubbock. It was malignant, and he will have to have chemo. Please remember Reed Markle and all of his family in your prayers. Also remember Alan Jones and his wife Barbara. He is the brother-in-law of Iva Noble and also Iva Noble's mother. Georgia Pena is always in our prayers, along with Joyce Clemens, Myrna Scott, who has brain and lung cancer, and David Markle, who has injured his wrists. June Arnold and Helen Smith, Claude Riley and his wife Evelyn Laverne Smyre, Betty Noble, Laurinette Mason, the mother of Becky Conklin of Muleshoe, Morris Bruns, Doris and R.L. Scott, Dorothy Turner, Brenda Robinson, Alma and Alton Burton, Terry and James Byers, Joellen and Barry Cowart, Nina and Bob Landers, Arvady and Bobby Burris. Bob Henderson of Bandera, the father of Julie Cage of Muleshoe, is a new resident at our Parkview Nursing Care Center. Jenny McVicker in Amarillo, formerly of Muleshoe, whom we understand is not doing well right now. The family of Billy Lou Chandler, 81 of Denton, the sister of Howard Watson of Muleshoe, Robert Schaefer, who is back in the hospital in Lubbock in ICU after having hip replacement surgery recently at Hart Hospital in Lubbock. Colton Heinrich's family. Remember little Hannah Simmons, and she has good days and bad days, but overall is doing some better. Cook's Children's Hospital in Fort Worth. Always remember little 2-year-old Eliza Dodd, whose mother, the former Jana Foster, grew up here in Muleshoe. Frances Miramontes and her husband Philip, Delmer Clements and his wife Pat, Mary Nell Bleeker, and Eileen Bryant, David Gallman, Buck and Carolyn Johnson, Gary Morris, Jane Reeder, and Gladys Black. Roy Lovelady and his wife Debbie, Jana Brown Finke, Carlos Guerrera and his wife Maria, Angel Hunt and Cassie Crandall. Remember the family of Julia Skalinski. She was the mother of Paulette Beckerink. We understand that the Muleshoe Mules are looking very good after their second scrimmage Thursday night against Seminole Indians, and the first game will be at Levelland for the Mules on Friday, August the 28th, next week, and that will be at 7:30. And of course, Channel 6 will be there, and we will be broadcasting the game on Saturday morning in its entirety here on Reach Broadband Channel 6 with the voices of the Muleshoe Mews, Jim Daniel and Quentin Poe. And they will be taking the mic from Bob Graves, who is retiring after 31 years as the voice of the Muleshoe Mules for us here on Channel 6. Also, you will see the highlights of the Muleshoe Levelland Lobo game on our website, muleshoetv.com, our Twitter, and also on our Facebook /Gil Lamb, as will be throughout the entire season. Terrence Hunley of the Amarillo Globe News says Muleshoe is the team to beat in the district, but the Childress Bobcats are a team to watch for sure. The Mules have 9 of 11 offensive starters returning this year. This will be a tough offense to stop. And also, he says the best back is Danny Campus of the Muleshoe Mules, our quarterback. Danny Campus threw for over 1,500 yards and 20 touchdowns last year and should be the heart of the Mules offense in a district Muleshoe should win. So that is sounding very good from the Amarillo Globe News. And you can watch the Mules here on Channel 6 and on the field. And that season starts next Friday, August the 29th in Levelland. Then we move to another September 5th game at Sweetwater. Our first home game is with Seagraves here on September the 12th. Promotion Sunday at the First Baptist Church of Muleshoe is this Sunday morning. And this will be an exciting time for the children and youth to move up into their new Sunday school classes and meet their new Sunday school teachers. Children going into the first grade this school year will be presented Bibles at the First Baptist Church on Sunday morning.
Well, it is just about time for us to go on the Muletrain News today on Friday, August the 21st, 2015. This edition brought to you today by the First Bank along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. Find our Muletrain News programs, the last one rotating on Reach Broadband Channel 6. Find our last several months' worth of Muletrain News programs, archived free of charge on demand, muleshoetv.com. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith, a Mahjong night to remember. Details in a moment on the Sound of Texas.
And the Sounds of Texas are brought to you by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association with offices in Muleshoe as well as in Morton. They're celebrating over 75 years of rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area. And the board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO David Markle all hope that you enjoy the Sounds of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
Okay, so what you do in this game is everybody rolls a dice to decide who becomes what's known as Madam East, and Madam East is the one that starts the game.
Sherry Kasberg of Miles is setting up a game of Mahjong for her grandchildren and some of their friends.
It's just a fun, exciting game that once you play, you will be addicted, and you will love it. We absolutely love it.
Miles has a Mahjong group that plays every week. San Angelo has a lot of Mahjong players.
You have Friday Friends, you have Sunday Sisters, you have, we play at Miss Hattie's, which is Wonderful Wednesday. We play there twice a month. We play Tuesday night Mahjong. That is every Tuesday night. They pick a different restaurant every month to go to, and you just meet there early, eat if you want to eat, and then you start playing Mahjong at 6.
For a solid month last May, Miles hosted Mahjong games every Tuesday. The town went all out.
You know, we have a tendency to go over the top. It was just a fun night. All 4 nights was fun. We had a Mexican night, we had a Hawaiian night, hamburger night, and then the last night was catered by the Pit Stop Barbecue. We were limited in space the first 3 weeks to 6 tables. We were full every Tuesday night with 6 tables, and then the last night we opened it up because we played at the Miles Opera House. We wanted to open it up to anybody that wanted to come to Miles and visit with us. So we had managed to get 8 full tables, and that's 32 women. It was fun. It was an interesting night. And they came out that afternoon. I was able to get all the businesses in Miles that have little stores to open early. Normally they're open on Friday and Saturday. And they opened up on Tuesday afternoon for us at 3:30 and let the women come see the stores, shop a little bit, and just see what we have to offer and maybe come back shopping. And then at 6 o'clock we played Mahjong for 3 hours.
The last Tuesday in May was memorable. There was a storm.
In fact, if you go to our Miles Mahjong page, people will brag about how they had fun playing, and they thank me for the light show. Several women had their cars, glasses busted out. All of us had hail damage. It was just amazing, but it didn't stop us from playing. We just scooted a little bit back from the windows and kept on playing.
Take Mahjong! Yes! Finally, I won!
I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.
It is time now for the market report brought to you today by Stephen DeMint, Financial Advisor with Edward Jones, member SIPC. He's located right here in Muleshoe in his office at 104 West 2nd Street. Call 806-272-4102. Stephen can assist you with any of your financial needs, no matter where you live. The market report was recorded this Friday, August the 21st, 2015 at 11:20 a.m. U.S. stocks are falling for the 4th straight sessions. Weak manufacturing data from China continues to increase concern about the pace of global growth. And domestic economic news data this morning also showed that manufacturing activity in the U.S. was slower than expected for August. On the earnings front, Deere reported fiscal third quarter earnings per share that exceeded expectations due to strong execution in the challenging environment. However, the company lowered its outlook for the balance of 2015 as a result of weakening trends for the demand of construction machinery. U.S. bond prices are little changed so far this morning in the S&P 500. The best performing sector is telecom, while the worst performing sector is technology. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 232.13 at 16,758.56. The Standard & Poor's 500 Index is down 25.88 at 2,009.85. The Nasdaq Composite Index is down 83.86 to 4,793.63. This morning, volume on the New York Stock Exchange is high with about 364.62 million shares traded. Decliners are outnumbering advancers by a wide margin. In the commodity markets, the spot price of gold is up $2.24 to $1,154.42. The spot price of silver is down 35 cents to $15.22, and crude oil prices are down 96 cents to $40.36. In the bond markets, the 30-year Treasury yield is currently 2.75%, and the 10-year Treasury yield is 2.06%. Some stocks of area interest, Xcel Energy Incorporated, is down 0.22 to 35.79. Texas Instruments Incorporated is down 0.71 to 46.72. Halliburton Company is down 1.66 to 36.04. GlaxoSmithKline is down 1.08 to 41.63. And Walmart Stores Incorporated is down 1.22 to 67.21. The market report has been brought to you today by Stephen DeMint, Financial Advisor right here in Muleshoe with Edward Jones, located at 104 West 2nd Street, 806-272-4102. Get more market information on his website at www.edwardjones.com.